Hi guys, welcome back to another vlogging about bottles. It's your girl Danielle with 5 to Wine Time. We actually are going to, unfortunately, not be tasting any wine this week. But what I wanted to talk to you is about when to drink. Wines have a vintage, and some vintages are remarkable, such as the 2009-2010 Bordeaux and the 2013 Napa Cabs. But not all wines are meant to be aged. Some are meant to be drank younger. So one thing that I love to do is actually creating verticals of certain wineries that I have fallen in love with, just to see how they can vary from vintage to vintage. So I have my 2012, 2013, and 2014 Syrahs, and each vintage was different. Each season was different. The amount of rain, the heat, if there was late frost. All of these things are factors into making a wine by winemakers. They have to think about, is this an ageable wine or is this a youthful wine? Are these wines going to be able to be drank in the first 5 to 10 years of their bottle life, or do these need to hold off? The reason why I selected these bottles is because they're all from similar vintages, both 2012s, 2013s, and 2014s. Some of these wines are already past their prime, while some of them are just coming into their ripe age of drinkability. And that's why a sommelier is the best thing to have in your back pocket, is because we come with this knowledge of this wine was better last year, while this wine needs one more year and it'll be at the perfect tasting abilities. This all comes down to the winemaking techniques or vinification techniques that are made for each of these bottles, but it also takes into consideration that season, that harvest season. Was there hail? Were the grapes able to ripen to their full potential, or did they have to do an early harvest to save the fruit from a drought? Every little detail of a harvest season can affect what goes into the bottle and how that bottle becomes that glass that makes you remember where you're at in that moment of time. It's really interesting how wine can be a time capsule, because once you open it up, you can't seal it back in. And you get to taste that year, that vintage, that grape, and experience it, while the next vintage may be completely different. So although these wines are from 2012, 2013, and 2014, I want to focus on these three right here. So many consistencies here. Same winemaker, same vineyards, same location, and the same grape. And these three vintages side by side creates a vertical. And then what you can see in each one of these bottles is how the harvest season truly affects the grape itself. Right now, if I was to open one of these bottles today, I would open the 2013, because it was a ripe, juicy, perfect growing season. No hail, no late frost. The grapes became ripe and they were harvested perfect timing. And I will open this up and enjoy it with a great caramelized ribeye and baked potato. But that's because it is ready to go right now. While I would wait one more year for the 2014, due to it being a harder harvest season, it needs a little bit more time to relax in the bottle. And the 2012, I should have drank it yesterday. It's starting to lose its prime. But I'm so excited to taste all three of these side by side. Thank you guys for tuning in to this week's vlogging about bottles. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you open up a great bottle this week. And I'll see you next time.